I saw that Mutahar, which Mutahar is a clown in and of himself. He has constantly gotten himself in a bunch of dramas, but just because he's just spineless and he listens to Reddit too much. That's my big gripe with Mutahar. And then we have Hasan, who attacks Mutahar all the time, calling him like a token Muslim and stuff. Well, I saw that there was kind of a bounce back and forth between the two, and I saw this guy named Straight. He's a fish, I guess, and it says Hasan doesn't know why he's mad. Now, I was interested in this video, one, because I like making fun of Hasan, two, because I like watching creators throw poop at each other, and I kind of wanted to dive into this.
Mutahar, or some ordinary gamers, was on Twitter the other day, and he decided, he just wanted to throw out a tweet. Alright, this wasn't a tweet aimed at anyone. Alright, this wasn't just an obscure tweet. He was just tweeting. And instead of Hasan Piker mind his own damn business and going on with watching people get bombed, he decided, you know what? Mutahar is an extremely large content creator on YouTube, and I could, suck a little clout off of him. Let me go ahead and start a fight with him. So
okay, this guy's kind of missing some pretext here because this is a newer video. This isn't the first time Hasan and Mutahar have been at it, and I feel like this is something that Hasan does on a regular basis. Is he'll start a beef with somebody, the beef will heighten up, they will disperse, and then soon as he sees an opportunity to reignite that beef to drive engagement, he does drive engagement again.
This all started off with Mutahar just saying the loud part even louder, because, brother, we've all been saying this for years now.
Hey, thanks for stopping by. I get that you think that I'm making a lot of assumptions. I'm not making a lot of assumptions. You can go through my channel. You can see that I pulled my little micro wiener out. I flopped it on the table, and I checked out all of these dramas. I've seen it all from beginning to end. I've been covering it all crazily. Of course, I have a bias against Hasan because I think he's a fucking scumbag. But at the end of the day, I think that I've actually covered this pretty well. And the fact that I feel like I can stand on my business when I say that the fact that Ian is losing subscribers, he's losing relevancy, his shit isn't as entertaining as it used to be, those are all valid fucking facts, right? And to act like just because you don't like somebody, to let it cloud your vision on the little bit of objectivity that can be pulled from this, because like, again, this is going to be a lot of opinions are going to be like, oh, I don't like this guy's opinion, I don't like this guy's opinion. I'm not talking about any of this. His video was objectively fucking boring. Both of them were objectively fucking boring compared to what he used to make. Now, I'm not saying I want Idubbbz to jump out there and screech the N-word every 5 minutes like he used to. I'm saying that he could have put a little more time and a little bit better editing and actually put out a good video, and he can't do that anymore.
The more I see of Twitch, the more I am surprised how Amazon hasn't cracked down on its leadership at all. Ticking time bomb.
Okay, this isn't just a random tweet, buddy. Okay, this guy, I haven't really watched any of this guy's fish content. He obviously is just trouting around, but he is kind of when they put the little thing here, that that they're like, oh, it's he's not really targeting anyone. He just put out a silly little tweet. Oh, come the fuck on. It's Hasan and his group of fucking terrorist supporters that are the problem of Twitch. That's what everybody talks about. That is the gripe that everybody has. You're not going to put a tweet out like that and then not have it be angled at Hasan. That is exactly who it's painted at. He's just not saying it by name.
Now, boys, I'm just saying, Twitch has...
Yeah, Ian's stuff gone in a different direction, different way than what I thought 8 years ago. Yeah, dude, he's fucking, like, lost the plot. He's, the problem with Ian is he used to be entertaining, and by thinking that he had to tone down his content from, the edgy nature of it, he also thought that, like, he couldn't make any jokes anymore, so he plays it so fucking safe to the point that he's not entertaining, and that's his problem, and that's why he will never really regain that awesomeness that he used to have. Instead of being a giggity schmoodle man, he's out here being a fucking cum falcon, and nobody wants to watch a cum falcon. You'll just get dirty, you'll get smelly, you'll get covered in salty goop. Nobody wants that. Oh, and thanks. I appreciate that you think I'm entertaining, and I'll catch you on the next one.
A numerous amount of problems. So many problems, from view botting to hot tub streams to even, people would say, political streams. This was once a humble gaming website that turned into, I want to be honest, the brain rot version of Chatterbait. And that's really saying something. I'm not even gonna lie. Somehow Twitch is more degenerate than a degenerate website. But boys, this tweet was like a damn shotgun blast. It didn't attack anyone specifically or any of the specific problems that Twitch.
Okay, no, but it did. Come on. Dude, I'm giving it a $1.20. I'm putting my nipples on the fucking counter right now. My big, meaty man boobies. I'm putting them on the counter to say that we know what Mutahar's talking about. I'm sorry if you want to, like, throw, you're lumping in all this other shit that Twitch has had, drama with in the past. Like, Mutahar got called a token fucking Muslim from Hasan Piker. He called him an Uncle Tom. And you think that he's not gonna be, like, pointing his edge. He's taking his swastika blade and pointing it at Hasan's swastika blade, and they're having a Nazi sword fight. That is probably not what's happening. I just thought it was funny in context of all this drama. But could you imagine if Mutahar had a bleach sword too, and they go full racist mode and start fucking sword fighting each other? Creator clashes going on, but over in a dark alley with a fucking 8mm video camera. Somebody's filming Hasan and Mutahar fight with bleach swords.
Chaz, you could put anyone in this category and it probably would have fit. And it's not like, you know, there aren't good Twitch streamers out there. There are. They're just not the people replying to this tweet. Because I guess Hasan Piker is one of the last streamers on Earth to get a Twitch contract. And in that contract...
And by the way, I think it was smart of Mutahar not to name names in that tweet, because he could get everybody to out themselves. He could get every one of these scumbags to come out of the woodwork and out themselves about this shit. Because he knows that he's been, they've gone after him in the past. He knows that he can bait them into being douchebags. Now, Mutahar can never capitalize on that because he's not the best troll. Mutahar takes everything to his fucking feelings because he's a little bit of a pussy that way. But I do think that if this was done by, like, Nicholas Diorio or Turkey Tom or something, they could have capitalized on these fucking idiots outing themselves so easily.
Fact is, he has to suck Twitch's cock. Alright, they'll suck his cock and he'll suck theirs, because this man came out of nowhere. Mutahar did not say any specific person or any specific problems. There are too many problems on Twitch. But I guess if the shoe fits, then I guess you gotta put your foot in it, baby. Because Hasan Piker said, the platform he's on, YouTube, has less strict applications of TOS for political commentary. They literally have Nazis on there. And this motherfucker is constantly chirping about Twitch because I am explaining why the Houthis are implementing a blockade against Israel's genocide.
Dude, I love that. This is something that is great after the Ethan Klein debate, that Hasan removed the veil. Hasan does not have the veil of, like, backtracking, of, like, putting out some, like, word salad mumbo jumbo that Ian can eat out of his ass later. It is literally just him supporting terrorists at this point, and it's brilliant. Dude, I've been waiting for this motherfucker to go mask off for a while. I think everybody has, because he's been tiptoeing around this shit forever, but he has gone for, he's like, no, dude, the Houthis are Anne Frank. I've decided it. They're the victims. They're the good guys. We look at, well, if this was a superhero movie, they'd be motherfucking Spider-Man, okay, guys? And I love the fact that he's gone full mask off. This is brilliant. I love this. I'm so happy that this shit's just fucking, he's gone full fucking, he's full force, bro. He's the airsoft fatty of terrorism.
Hasan's that one motherfucker that you will never invite to the party. I want to be honest here. He is literally the vibe killer. You will literally be there, drunk out of your mind, and then Hasan will come up. So what are your thoughts on the Israel-Palestine war? Wait. I can't hear you. Hold on, wait. Let me turn the music down. Wait. What is your thoughts on the
By the way, I have, like, no interest at all of covering the Israel-Palestine conflict. I don't care about politics that much, even in the slightest. If it wasn't for this drama, I would know jack and shit about it. But this drama has forced me to learn the ins and outs of both sides, which is so fucking cringe, bro. I don't care. I don't care, but these motherfuckers just constantly be spewing nonsense.
Side, and it's like, brother, we are in LA right now.
If you want my actual opinion on the conflict, I don't like civilians dying. I don't like kids dying. I don't like people, like, just getting fucking mass killed on either side. I think it's disgusting, and I think both sides are handling it piss poorly. Now, you can make an argument for one side getting treated worse than the other. That is fair. That is understandable. But you're never going to catch me condoning, like, oh, do you think we should bomb this school? No. Bombing schools, bad. Anybody trying to bomb a school, bad. Like, I'm not going to support the terrorist actions of the Houthis and Hamas, because from like some of the people, I've seen a bunch of protests and stuff of people like being against them, and then them just getting fucking outski wowski, boy. They get kildy wildied, and that's just not cool to me. I think that they're a tyrannical, they tyrannically overthrew that government, and they're ruling with an iron fist, and I feel bad for the people. I feel bad for the Palestinians that just want peace and don't want to be dealing with this shit, and the Houthis and the Hamas are just stringing them along to paint them as fucking monsters, which is disgusting to me. Now, that's my actual opinion. I do think I feel so bad for the Palestinians in their fucking plight, and I also feel bad for like the family members of the Jewish people who lost family on October 7th. Boom, bro. I can look at both things and see it's very bad without supporting terrorism. Isn't that crazy, guys? Isn't that fucking wackadoodle? I guess I'm the cum falcon now.
Partying. All right, that boy is high for shrooms over there. What are you talking about? Brother just came out of nowhere and shoehorned himself into a conversation that he was not even a part of. This man was just throwing out a tweet into the void. And for some reason, Hasan came out of nowhere saying, this tweet is about me. It's not about, I don't know, hot tub streamers.
By the way, I think that the Twitch's terms of service is so stringent and disgusting. I think all platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, all of them should go back to a more freedom of speech oriented platform, because they do get protections from the government with Section 230 by upholding the Constitution, which they are vehemently not upholding the Constitution, which I think is disgusting.
View botters. No. It's not about the people breaking TOS, doing other things like, I don't know, speeding, or, you know, extra Emily just doing traffic violations. None of that. It is all and always will be when there is someone.
Also, I do think if you're breaking the law, like doing things in your videos that is breaking actual law, like speeding from running from cops, running red lights, fucking going to other countries and like ruining their society because you think it's funny. I do think that should be pulled, because you are breaking actual laws with your actions. It's not, at that point, it's not freedom of speech anymore or freedom of expression. You are willfully breaking laws and then trying to get money to break more laws, which I think is gross.
Criticizes Twitch about Hasan Piker. Brother, people don't think about you that much. I'm sorry to tell you, Hasanabi, people do not think about you that much. But sadly, alright.
I bet you guys are like, hey, motherfucker, you probably think about it that much because you make so much content. When I shut this stream down, you know what I do? I go and I start playing my video games. I start fucking going to work. I hang out with my kid. I don't care about this drama. Once this camera goes live, though, I care like a motherfucker, because I know that this shit's gonna get me paid. I'm gonna be living that capitalist lifestyle and just like collecting money. I'm gonna like cash it all in pennies and like have it dumped on me so it crushes me in the bathtub, so it just looks like my bathtub looks like a chili full of copper, or it's like a copper chili.
Hey, Mutahar, instead of him realizing this is rage bait. I'm gonna be honest here. If there's one thing I can give Hasan, this man is a good rage baiter, because this boy, some ordinary gamers decided to take it and he started going off, and I'm just sitting here like, oh, the Sonic Chew medallion. Why did he put on the Sonic Chew medallion?
Bro fucking cooked his career the moment he put that shit on. He put that shit on, said, I'm gonna make a post Nux clarity, even though that half the drama that Nux is in I was a part of. This is going to be a great idea. Mutahar's been making so many stupid fucking decisions ever since he ended his podcast and decided to engage with the drama dealing with Nux and himself. He should have just let it blow over. He fucking he virtue signaled way too close to the sun, burnt his little ass hairs, and was sent down to the fucking like cum pits below.
Mutahar really hasn't been the same since he put on Chris Chan's Sonic Chew medallion. But as he took the bite of the forbidden apple, Mutahar tweeted out, I'm actually speaking about the glorification of groups, something I know for a fact isn't allowed under the YouTube partner program.
I fucking told you, fishy guy. I told you, fucking Trotomus Maximus. I fucking told you, dog. I knew exactly who he was fucking talking. He was talking about Hasan, bro. He was talking to Hasan, Denim's, Rogan. He was talking about these motherfuckers, and the tweet was very much pointed at them. It was a smartly worded tweet on the fact that they were gonna all out themselves, and then he could double down on these fucking retards in another tweet. It was perfect fucking engagement bait in that regard. But to act like it was like incorporating all of Twitch's faults as a whole, I just think is just kind of a way of sweeping.
As I've assisted creators who were flagged for having ISIS jokes on their videos years ago. I'm not talking about political, ideological extremes. That's a separate topic. I hope you know I'm not a right-wing Nazi, but I am.
Thank you for clarifying that, Mutahar. Like, it's gonna matter. Like, fucking, I love the fact that, like, people like Mutahar that are trying to, like, logic their way out of this. These motherfuckers don't care about logic. They're gonna call you a Nazi anyway, because Nazi can mean, basically anything along the lines of, I disagree with Hasan.
Am very much against promoting terror organizations using my religion as a shield to ruin our name in front of the world. You do a lot more than just explain. You just endorse organizations that promote violence, bigotry, and the eradication of a group of people. Now, to all the other fish out there, looking into the fishbowl, that means what Mutahar said made a lot of sense, alright? Because we have seen, you know, Hasan Piker take religions that he's not even a part of. He has admitted he's not a religious person at all.
No, 30 days in a row? Absolutely not. No, I've only fasted for like 2-3 days in a row max.
Well, geez,
You get pretty used to it.
not really
it's
giving
bad.
up much, are you?
No, because I'm not like, you know, I'm not a committed...
Dude, and I made a video a while back covering like Mutahar and Hasan, and I made jokes about him being super Muslim. And the reason I do that is because of his placement on that Arab to Jew tier list, and how his community and his group will utilize the fact that he calls himself Muslim without any of the pretext of any of this, and tout him as like a good voice, and like how it matters to him so personally because of that, when he doesn't actually believe any of that shit. That's why I did it. It's more of like his like orbiters like touting him up in that way and putting him as like the pristine voice in the situation, when dude's about as fucking is about as good of a Muslim as I am. He's fucking terrible, and I'm terrible. I eat pork, I don't fast, I'm fucking garbage. I'm like the worst one in the world. Like, not the worst, like, I mean, like, in terms of following the rules, I am terrible at it.
believer.
I'm just saying here, for a guy that talks about, you know, Muslim people and their struggles a lot, this man really cannot commit to giving up anything in his life for, you know, the religion he's quote-unquote fighting for. Brother can't even do a fast. I get it. It's hard for some people.
And that's the thing, like, I might have, like, might be of a certain religion, right? But I don't think it matters. To me, it doesn't matter in, like, the context, because I'm not out here, I'm never going to be out here, like, oh, I'm going to fight for, I'm here to fight for a cause. No, I'm here to make fun of fucking retards on the internet when they're throwing shit at each other like they're sitting at a zoo, bro. They climbed into the monkey cage just so they could get naked and throw poop at each other and make content out of it. That is how I see all of this shit. I'm not here to make justifications or try to fight for a cause. No. I want to be here in the mud getting dirty, making oinky oinky sounds.
But I'm just saying here, whenever the stress of your whole life is what color is my next Lambo gonna be, I think you can fast at least to be like, yes, I'm a part of this religion. You know, a 30-day fast, like, that is the least you can do for your religion that he's quote-unquote fighting for. But I guess whenever you can just say, I'm not a believer, but I will shell it to everyone else, I guess it just becomes acceptable.
Someone just said, coffee during...
And again, another funny thing about this whole situation is the dude literally 100% like swept for fucking China during their genocide of Muslims, and now he cares about the Muslim plight. That's what bothers me. If you're going to act like you care so much about like the way Muslims are treated in other countries and how it's disgusting, which I do agree, I also think that you shouldn't have fucking swept for communist China just because, oh, commies are good. You know what I mean? I think that's just fucking some absolute cum goblin behavior. He's on all fours, like running like a little fucking horror movie monster, just cutting the cum off of the ground with his bottom row of teeth.
During Ramadan, that's not gonna help your fast. Yeah, brother, I'm not fasting. I love Americans like thinking that Ramadan is like a fucking TikTok challenge or something. Like they think it's like a cool, fun...
By the way, here's how Ramadan actually works. Now, I'm not the fucking expert on anything. Again, bad Muslim. But the way it works is you can't eat from sun up until sundown. So a lot of what people do in Middle Eastern culture is they'll eat before the sun rises, and then they'll eat after the sun sets, because you are not allowed to eat during the day. So they fast the entire day, and then they have like there's a lot of foods that are only made during like Ramadan. They're like special foods. It's like people with like Christmas ham or some shit, right? But not like, obviously it's not Christmas ham for Muslims because they don't eat pork, but you know what I mean. So they have like special foods that is kind of like a celebration, and they eat it after like the sun goes down. That's how it is. It's not like they're starving themselves for fucking 30 days. They just don't eat when the sun's up.
New TikTok challenge or some shit.
Wait, Hasan, have you ever fasted?
Yeah, but just for fun.
I'm just saying, I'm not really a religious person myself, but I would kind of be offended if someone's like, oh yeah, I share your religion all the time, but I don't partake in it at all. I just do it for fun. But your religion does make me a lot of money, though. I will say that. But continuing on with this petty squabble, because obviously Hasanabi Piker cannot let this truth just go unslandered, alright? He has to muddy the truth, water it down a little bit, alright? He has to make sure that Mutahar knows that, yes, he's correct, but also... who and ISIS / are enemies of OAF. The American government considers Cuba and DPRK to be terrorist states as well. You're crying about a ridiculous designation that Trump slapped on in 2020 to aid KSA in its deadly blockade. Biden overturned it, then put it back on to aid Israel. I want to be honest here, I don't know what any of that has to do with you using Mutahar's religion as a shield to shield, you know.
Dude, the whole thing is just for Hasan, the hardest thing for him is when he comes out, he finds somebody of the faith, and he has so many people, he virtue signals so much about being this certain thing, and then when somebody who's that faith comes out and like talks out against him, he ends up looking like an asshole, because he has to just basically go to the like Uncle Tom type tropes. He's like, oh well, they're a race traitor, they're an Uncle Tom, and it's just so disgusting.
Organizations that go around killing people. But okay then. I think every normal person would say, usually religions are supposed to be, peaceful. And it's kind of weird that he's comparing Cuba to the DPRK.
Well, and again, dude, this is my problem with a lot of these like terrorist type shit. Is it makes like it's like comparing every fucking Christian to those psychotic those, remember that back in like the 2000s. Now maybe people might not remember, but there was like this insane fucking group of Southern Baptists that would like picket fucking funerals and shit. It's like saying every single person is like a part of the extreme like Christian psychopath like group. There's groups in every religion that are a bunch of fucking psychopaths, and you're basically saying that you're saying that they all should be a part of these groups. That you're lumping them all in together, which I think is a bad look for everybody in that religion. It's like saying that all Jews are Zionist, right? Same type of thing. Like, and that's what Hasan likes to do all the time. And then like you have somebody that'll come out and be like, listen, dude, not all Muslims are cool with the Houthis and Hamas, and he's like, you fucking race traitor. It's just so dumb, dude. I think that this is actually like taking the conversation backwards, and that's one of my biggest problems with the guy.
So North Korea, the place where there's a literal border, and if you cross it, there's not like, hey, we'll arrest you and we'll get some paperwork done and we'll send you back to your country. No, they literally just execute you. They just execute you if you cross the border, and none of the people in the DPRK are allowed to leave the DPRK. They're not allowed to leave North Korea. But yet, for some reason, this man is acting like, oh, yeah. Bruh, they were talking about Cuba being this terrorist organization and North Korea. Two extremes. One is legitimately a regime. On top of that, since Hasan Piker supports the DPRK so much, why is he against Trump? Trump was literally one of the first presidents out there that literally met with Kim Jong-un. Brother, I would think this man would be singing Trump's praises up and down the damn hallways every damn stream. But okay then. Also, him putting actual organization.
By the way, Hasan, this is something that you can always figure out where Hasan sits. Find the most communist country on the map, and Hasan will support them. It's so dumb. It's the literacy of a fucking 12-year-old, bro. It's so pathetically cum goblin behavior that it makes absolutely no sense. Like, again, dude, he was fucking like sweeping for China. Like, it's like he used Al Jazeera. He'll use Al Jazeera constantly for this modern conflict as a source for reliable news, right? But he would call that same outlet anti-Chinese propaganda during the Muslim genocide in China. So I just think that is like, a lot of people miss out on that fact. I think a lot of people forget about the fact that he covered for China so hard during that genocide, and literally utilizes those same outlets calling it a genocide today because they support his points now. And that, I think, is something that people tend to forget a lot of times.
That killed people, even their own people, to try to force them to follow their religious and political beliefs. I'm just saying that's kind of the whole, definition of terrorism. Just because America got a few definitions wrong doesn't mean you get to get a few definitions wrong and say that you're right. Like, no, bro, we can say both of you are wrong. So Mutahar did point out this logical fallacy by saying, do you think I'm using an American designation? Cute name calling, but I'm Canadian. My government and many others consider them to be a radical terror organization. The whole world isn't the United States. There are many ridiculous designations. I agree, this specific designation has merit decided by numerous countries, even countries who aren't friendly with each other.
Bro cooked him. Bro fucking cooked him fucking raw. Mutahar, rare Mutahar W. We got a rare Mutahar W here. Mutahar came in and he started swinging his, you know that workout where you bounce the ropes up and down? Well, Mutahar's doing that with his nipples toward Hasan. He's like, oh, you've heard of a cat of 9 tails? Well, I got a cat of 2 nipples and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you with them. That's what he did right there, baby, and that's what I like to see.
I'm like, literally, this man named and Al-Qaeda, 2 of the most infamous terrorist organizations that want to spread their radical version of Islam around the world through literally killing people who don't want to follow it. He's literally saying those people are the same as Cuba. But, okay.
And here's the thing that I think is so funny. A lot of people like to lump this down as like me sitting on a certain side or this whatever. I just like making fun of extremists online. I like making fun of these dipshits. And when you come out and have this extreme of takes, of course people are going to make fun of you for it. Yeah, and then like it's like when Hasan goes on like podcasts and stuff now, people like fucking roast the people who have him on the podcast because you bring an extremist on, you're gonna get an extreme reaction back, bro. And I think that the idea that people think that Hasan isn't an extremist is just fucking laughable, because like I look at like some of these like crazy right-wing guys like Nick Fuentes and his whole fucking American First dipshits, and I'm like, yeah, those guys are extremists. And you know who's very similar to those motherfuckers? Hasan and his groupies.
Okay, like literally Hasan couldn't even refute any of the facts made here, because many places that aren't just America say, yeah, it's pretty bad, pretty bad, pretty bad. DPRK don't want to go there. We don't even allow people to go there, and they don't allow people to come there. So you know what? It works out favorably. So after this,
well, that's the problem with Hummus Pickles, dude. Hummus Pickles is like anything that's anti-American or anything that is like anti-Western, the Western world or whatever people say in the political fucking world now. I don't know. I'm a brain dead retard who's just covering drama, but whatever he thinks is like gonna support like communism or support like whatever these causes, he will fall for it and like double down on it to the most extreme degree. I mean, the dude literally compares terrorists to Anne Frank. I don't think it's in the realm of him just like sweeping and like covering for fucking ISIS and all these other fucking terror groups. It's not out of the realm of possibility for this dipshit to like back up North Korea on all of their positions, because he's like, well, they're a communist utopia, and the only reason people don't see that is because of propaganda.
And Mutahar had to continue to use logic again and again against, at this point, just a delusional man. Like, he just has grand delusions that he's right. Hasan couldn't respond because he couldn't find anywhere saying, oh yeah, we like ISIS. Yes, we like Arcade. Yes, DPRK actually is a great tourism destination. We just don't know why no one is booking a trip there at all. But I guess whenever you're actually, financially responsible like Mutahar, you really don't have to bend to the wills of people like Hasan Piker, unlike Idubbbz, who literally had to run to Hasan Piker whenever he realized that Creator Clash 3 is not working out, and he had to get Hasan Piker's...
Dude, it wasn't just like that he had to get Hasan Piker, and then Hasan Piker just is like... Dude, I love the fact that he was like, I'm gonna do this drama content for charity. At least he's donating to something this time. I hope he actually like is. Here's the thing. I think if you're gonna be so for a cause to the point where you're trying to like convince your audience to donate, right? You should as well take a portion of your profits and then send it to that cause. If you care so much about Palestine, if you care so much about like these socialistic programs and socialistic politicians, you should be putting a stipend of your money toward them. Now, I don't give a shit about any of this enough to do that. I'm a dirty fucking capitalist that wants to make fun of dipshits on the internet and get paid for it, and make video game reviews every Friday and get paid for them. That's what I want to do. That is my intentions going in. It is very fucking upfront. But these motherfuckers like to act like they're the fighting force that is pushing forward straight for the cause, baby. They're here to change the world, and yet they're making millions of dollars, sitting in $1 million mansions, driving $200,000 cars, and it's like, bro, you could be doing the exact same streaming shit you're doing right now in some town in the Midwest where the average home price is like $200,000. You could easily be living in a life like that and constantly just be chilling, but you want the lavish lifestyle. You want to hang out with those celebrities. You want to buy the Gucci coats because you don't actually give a fuck about these causes. You just want to make money off of them so that your audience thinks that they're special and thinks you're special as well. And that's kind of like my end point on this video. I know I double down on this motherfucker all the time. I probably make too many videos where I talk shit about his dipshit ass and how he supports terrorism, but I think it's funny. I think it's fun. The algorithm likes it. I got monetized because of like covering drama like this, and I'm gonna like hopefully a new drama pops up where I don't have to talk about religion, I don't have to talk about war. I'm really hoping for another big drama that isn't about this shit. I hope. But as of right now, Hasan is the fucking the guy sitting above the water tank that we're throwing balloons at. But that's all I got for you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Again, this video was Hasan doesn't know why he's mad by Straight.